Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're watching a commentary video on League of Legends, this one featuring me playing as Morgana. In the last video, we were at a bit of a stalemate, going back and forth in the middle of the center lane, but we were able to get 2 kills in a team fight. Here, we clairvoyance dragon, and we saw the other team trying to get dragon, but fortunately, because we saw that, we were able to jump in and stop it. And Roland was trying to do dragon, but we're able to catch up to him, and with the whole team joining in, we're able to kill him. So now that with Roland gone, I'm going to go back to the middle lane and defend it, and meanwhile the other 4 members of our team are going to get the dragon together. And so because we were able to pick off Roland, that's going to lead us to pretty much an uncontested dragon. So you can see we just got, when you saw the plus 130 gold appear above my head, that was an indication that we had just picked it up. Because we've been going back and forth with a stalemate at mid so often, I'm going to drop sight wards, 1 on each side, just to give us a little bit of additional sight. I'm not sure if we actually needed this or not, but I figured the wards are pretty inexpensive. I've done a ton of farming. I can probably afford the wards better than other people on my team, so I'll go ahead and buy a few. And here comes the enemy team. After me, I'm late on the black shield, did not block the damage from Annie, so oh well, could have been faster on that. Would have been nice to, but not that big a deal. Would have been a bigger deal if Annie's stun had been up, because then I probably would have died, since my Ghost and Flash are both down. And there's just a missed pool. Oh well. I managed to hit Donsky with my binding, but it doesn't even matter because I've already used my pool. In terms of skilling order, I went for the Tormented Soil, Morgana's pool first, because I was in a solo lane. I put 1 point in her Dark Binding and then leveled up her Tormented Soil. Then I put 1 point in the shield and leveled up Dark Binding. Now the reason why I did that was because I was in a solo lane by myself at the top of the map, and I wanted the extra damage and the extra duration on the rooting effect from extra points in Dark Binding. If I had been with the team more, then I definitely would have put more points in Black Shield, because the shield is just so good. You really want to use it. And oh, that is just a terrible, terrible Dark Binding. I should have hit Roland, and we very possibly could have killed him if I had hit on that Dark Binding. But just a terrible shot that misses everything. Alright, now because we've managed to pick up, I think we've gotten 2 dragons to the other team's 1. I know that they got 1 dragon, but I think that we had a clear advantage there. Here, there's a lot of fighting back and forth. You can see ultimates going in. There's a nice Sona ult. So we're doing a lot of damage, but I'm not able to hit on my soul shackles. I mean, I use it initially, but I don't get the stun. That actually wasn't a particularly good ult. If I had ulted better there, I think we could have stunned them and then gotten 2 or 3 kills out of that. But I kind of messed up on that. So much sound and fury signifying nothing in that particular team fight. A lot of damage going back, but nobody goes down on either side. Oh well. And now with Termith here, he's going to be able to heal me right back up. One of the benefits of having Sona on your team. Always nice to have Sona on your team. One of the better supports right now. Sona and Janna, I think, are pretty good. Okay, we are now, let's see, I'm going to come forward, and I put my shield on myself because I am expecting Annie to hit me with a spell, and indeed, I blocked the stun. You can see that Terra Incognita's Annie actually did have her stun up, but when he tried to use Annie's Incinerate, it just completely blocked it. And there, I hit Roland with a stun. I actually, well, not a stun, I hit him with my binding, and so that enables Cole to get in 1 or 2 free hits on him. But they have more champions than we do here, so we don't particularly want to pick a fight here, even with Varus Nox coming in. I think they have either 3 or 4 on their team in middle lane, and so it looks like, yeah, I think they have 4 middle lane. So there we are. We're going to be back to our standoff once again, it seems. And we're going to have to find some way of breaking this standoff. But I can keep farming these the caster minions every time, over and over again. So I'll be able to keep getting golden experience. You can see I'm level 18. I'm way ahead of almost everyone else in the game. And again, that's purely due to the fact that I've spent so much time in a solo lane. We really probably should split some more champs off into solo lanes to gain some experience here. Down in the bottom lane, they're pushing with 2. They have Ashe and Kayle pushing against our solo Ashe. But even 2-on-1 advantage, as long as our Ashe player, Uberfish, stays back by the tower, he'll be safe. And Roland being very aggressive. You can see he was very aggressive here. And once again, I miss on a binding. If I had hit on that, maybe we could have done something. So another misplay by me. This is very, very far from the best played Morgana game. This is more of like a learning how to play a Morgana game than anything else. So we get into more harassment on Roland, which is nice. But they have 4 champs, and they're next to their tower. I mean, we're not going to jump in there. We're not going to try to fight them. We're going to lose if we do. Meanwhile, we get some kill. We there's a fight in the bottom lane where we have 2 people fighting their Ashe there, and so Roland's going to jump down there with the Shen ultimate. Stand United, so he's going to go down there to try and save their Ashe, but it looks like Varus Nox was able to kill Roland instead. And that's due to the fact, at least in part, that he had taken a lot of harassment here already in this lane. So now we've got 3-on-3, and we were able to pick up a kill. You can see, yeah, Roland did not want to do that. So we were able to pick up a kill here and get a little bit of an advantage. Anyway, Varus Nox is pushing on the tower there. Their Termith, I think, accidentally flashed. So right here, I see Annie getting caught out of position, so I'm going to root her, and then I'm going to shield myself with Black Shield because they're going to come after me. We get a nice Sona ult that just freezes them in place, and bam, Cole comes in and cleans up. Down they go. So we're able to get 2 kills very easily. And again, if you want to see why that is, it's because Shen, Roland was taken out earlier, so he wasn't there to stop. And then if you look at the bottom lane, Donsky, their kill player, went down there to support them. That left us with a 3 versus 2 in this lane. 3 versus 2, obviously to our advantage. And then I just managed to catch their Annie player, Terror Incognita, just a little bit out of position. Hit him with that Dark Binding, and that sets everything else up. You can see Roland says, well, that's GG. And he's probably right, but we'll play on a little bit longer. This was a bad recall by me. I was just short of the gold needed for Zanya's. I was about 100 short, so I sell my Doran's Ring to pick up Zanya's, but that was stupid. I should have just farmed 4 or 5 more minions, and then I could have just bought the Zanya's. And there you can see the farming stats, how I have 200 minion kills, which is the most by quite a bit. Roland's next closest, but again, as I've said, having a really farmed up Shen just isn't super helpful in this game. I mean, it's not terrible, but Shen doesn't scale super well with items, all things concerned. So anyway, yeah, that was a great sequence for us. We picked up 2 champion kills. We picked up a tower. Actually, we picked up 3 champion kills if you count the kill in the bottom lane, and we picked up a tower. So we get a little bit further ahead. And the 1 ward that I bought, I am going to stick at Baron just because we're pretty far ahead at this point in time. The main way that the other team can get back in it would be by sneaking a Baron, and so I'm just gonna drop a ward so that we can at least have sight to try to prevent that. Roland and Voice of Unreason were starting to push the top lane, and now their Ashe is starting to get farmed up, which is very good for them. Their Ashe is now up to level 17, which is good. You can see Cole is also 17, so the original solo lane champs in the middle are now getting close to 18, and that's going to help them out. But some of the other people on their team are still lower levels. And the fact that we've been picking up quite a few dragons, you can see Varus is about to go grab another dragon if you're looking at the minimap. And by the way, if you're not seeing these things, that's why you watch the minimap. Even when playing replays, it's helpful. Just watch the minimap, see what's going on. So we're going to grab another dragon, and that'll get us a little bit more golden experience. Now, Roland, again, playing very aggressively here, just coming forward in a way that he probably shouldn't. Now, Termith wasted the Sona ult, but now, here, I get in a pretty decent Morgana Soul Shackle, and you see I missed Roland, but I did hit on Sunrise. Cole's able to clean up Donsky, who got stuck behind the team, and Roland hesitates just for a little moment here, but that means I'm going to be able to hit him with my binding and root him to the ground, and so that's going to get him out of position, and so we're going to be able to pick up a kill there. And now we're 2 kills up, and now it's 5-on-3, and that's really going to leave them in a bad position here, because they're not going to be able to defend. And again, we keep picking up dragons, we keep picking up buffs. Down there, you can see Cole and Varus Nox look like they're going to push the bottom lane. And Roland says no more jungle Amumu. I'm not exactly sure what the logic behind that was. Let's see here, what did I buy? I bought another Sight Ward. I'm not sure what the next item I was going to build would have been. Probably, maybe something like a Banshee's Veil. I probably should have picked up an Elixir here because the game looked like it was going to end. So we grabbed the red for Cole. We steal their Lizard and give it to Cole. And then I said to Uberfish, let's grab the red for you. But Uberfish was a little bit confused because we were grabbing the Lizard buff down in their jungle as well. And so he says, you know, he said something like, oh, I thought we were going to give it to Cole, but that was a little bit of miscommunication. So, oh well, that would have been the right time for us to grab him, the red buff. Also, I'm not sure why we have a ward there. That would probably be from one of our players a little bit, just a little bit less experience with the game. Yeah, you don't need to put wards right in the middle of lanes. Your minions will give you sight there. Even if it is a vision ward, there's no reason to put down one that will prevent us from seeing stealth champs. Okay, what we have pushed the lanes forward, so what we're going to try to do here next is we're going to go for Baron. And while that's always risky, here's how you do Baron if you want to make sure that you can do it safely. Notice how Varus, Nox, and I are putting down sight wards on every conceivable entrance to the Baron. So you can see we have vision on their full jungle. We can see, we'll be able to see anyone who comes towards the Baron on their team. So if they start coming, we have plenty of warning. We have good position here. Ashe is completely safe behind the Baron, and you can see Ashe's Hawkshot gives us even more vision. So this is a completely safe Baron. We can see their team, we know where they are, we have vision, and so we're going to be able to slip in and get Baron. And then with the global gold and experience that comes with that, that's going to put us further ahead, even with... I mean, quite aside from the buff, which is very significant, the golden experience is a big deal too. Now, I head up top to push back this minion wave, but what I didn't realize was there was a team fight breaking out mid, and I did not know that. I would have headed mid if I'd known that. But now we're just too far ahead. We've got the leveling advantage, we've got the gold advantage, and so even though it's 4-on-5, our team's going to blow right through theirs. And now with Sona healing us up, we'll be able to sustain this push, and that's pretty much going to be the end of this game. There's not a whole lot they can do. I'll drop down my pool just to push the minions forward. Because even with all our advantages, it's just not smart to stand there and tank a tower when we have minions coming in behind us. So, oh well. Now we've got the minions, now we'll push on this. Voice of Unreason, all I have to do is hit with my binding and he dies, but I missed the binding. So again, just a really poor play there. I don't know what else to say. If I hit with my binding, he dies, and I completely miss from a very short distance. But anyway, it's 2 against 5. They can't defend this tower. We can just tank right through this. Now we're going to come for their inhibitor, and then here I finally get off a great binding, and you can see the fact that I hit leads to us getting that kill. But the game's over because the other team surrenders, and that's a fair surrender. I mean, they were just falling further and further behind, and they weren't going to be able to come back on that. So that's very fair and well played. Okay, let me show you the stat screen and the results here. I only got the 1 kill, but I have a lot of assists, and I was able to get in some pretty key stuns, so I thought that I played all right. Again, of course, you saw me miss a gazillion Dark Bindings, so it could have been about 100 times better, but fair enough. I mean, I'm still trying to learn this character. The rest of our team, very solid all around. Varus Nox, I think, did a great job of controlling the jungle, and Termith, of course, just did what Sona always does, and just, you know, spams her heal and her attack skill, keeping us all healed up. So, well played there. And then Cole did exactly what he was supposed to do, which was get farmed up, grab that Ghost Blade, grab a bunch of Durance Blades, and then get a lot of kills. So you often saw either myself or Termith with our stuns just sort of freezing somebody in place, and then Cole would come in and just destroy them. And that's really how you want to do this. I mean, that's the purpose. That's what Morgana wants to do. She wants to stun and bind people so that then either your ranged carries or your melee DPS can come in and kill them. And I think that that worked pretty efficiently. Anyway, as far as the other team went, again, Roland, great farming. I think you played well up there in the top lane. It's just that items don't scale quite as well on Shen as some of the other champs. My only comments really would be for the other team, Terra Incognita, you don't want to buy Void Staff with Ashe, or excuse me, not with Ashe, with Annie. You want to go for other items first. So that was a bit of a bad buy, but on the whole, well played game. I mean, pretty well played compared to some of the earlier games we did when people were less experienced. You didn't see a whole lot of kills in this game, and that's generally the sign of a well played game. People not getting caught out of position, people not getting killed. So once we got sort of a small advantage from our extra dragons and such, we were able to win, and because we didn't make stupid mistakes. So anyway, thanks again. Thanks for the game, guys. I should mention out that we played another practice game right before this, and Roland's team crushed my team. So it's, you know, these guys are pretty good. This just wasn't their best game. And I would have shown that game, except that when the camera's locked on me, it doesn't really help that much to see me playing poorly and getting killed. So, oh well. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Thanks again for listening. And I'll try to have some more videos up again soon. Take care.